it's kind of like
Select the story.
terrifying me to a small degree that you didn't know that that song was from this game.
My name is Miles Proud.
What mean?
But everyone calls me Tails. I track the signal from the Chaos Emeralds and
Suddenly the intro to that song plays because it just kicks in.
the president must be over there. Let's go.
This fucking plane is like, can it turn into a boat too? Jesus.
Blue Marine?
It's a plane, it's a mecha, it's a car, it's a tiny little thing. I need to reiterate to everyone, the Sonic characters are tiny, 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 tiny little boys. Sonic is 3 foot nothing.
3 foot zip.
Tails is smaller than that. I need you to respect and understand.
Broken feet in your ass.
They are small.
Oh boy.
They could not be smaller without it being unreasonable. So this plane is like so tiny. For Tails to fit in it the way he does, it is so small. Yeah, I think so far we actually haven't killed yet a single one.
Oh my. Well,
not
never
my
mind.
fault. Yeah, look at this highway, by the way. This is a place where human cars are currently driving. I don't understand this, like, insanity of people trying to convince themselves that the world that Sonic lives in is not fucking weird.
Sonic, just a few more minutes.
Look at this level. Look at these cars just driving on floating highways over an infinite abyss. And people want to delude themselves that, like, oh, this is the regular human world and it's not the weird world that the Sonic was in the Genesis games. This is the mundane Chris Thorndike human world. Like, no.
Curry on rice.
It's a weird place to live. Fuck you.
Fuck y'all.
We're catching up to the president's limousine.
It's a good place to be.
Certainly safe. It's safer from here to explore. What the fuck? Whoa!
Oh my God. Scary.
Chasing me down is where I think it is actually
I mean, it'd be difficult to even get into a life position where that's possible.
I found the president.
Yeah, I found the president.
Just open fire. Ranka.
So this is an interesting cutscene also. Coming up. By the way.
More like mini lame.
Mr. President, reports show that since the incident
Fox
3
has
hours
been
ago,
trailing us.
the country is in turmoil. Our financial communities are impacted, and our satellite communications are down.
You know,
An
for all the
emergency
no
meeting has
money
been
they
called.
have.
Look, it's
Mr. President,
Bill Clinton.
this
I mean,
is a national crisis.
Yeah, Bill Clinton, George Bush, like every president from this era.
Spare me the details. Exactly just what is it that you want? Dr. Eggman.
I don't think you did that take right.
No, I think we should have done a second one,
we,
but,
Mr.
you know,
President?
time is money.
I won't bore you with all the details since I know you are a very busy man. Mr.
Yeah, I
President,
mean, that's
like
about the
Nancy
latency
Pelosi,
that I would expect on a
surrender to
video
the
feed
Eggman
from
Empire and make
the
no
moon
attempts to
or
resist.
wherever the fuck he is.
On this Logitech camera.
Otherwise,
Surprised there isn't like a massive delay.
Cease to exist. You have 20
The audio quality is good, all things considered.
answer.
No
That's what's the most important thing.
what the?
Sonic
Empire. Yeah, right.
What the heck's going on here?
Don't
Oh,
worry,
no.
Mr. President.
Why is that under control? It's just like doing weird
There you go.
shit with this fucking
You
computer.
take this.
He's transmitting from the space
All to
colony
find
above.
out where Eggman
Okay,
is transmitting from.
Oh shit, you got SimCity 3000.
Let's go after
Wait
him.
up, Sonic.
Hey, you!
Mr. President, we're
That just
receiving
happened.
Secret
That just
Service?
fucking happened.
Where is
And
the
there
Secret
was
Service?
nothing. If they wanted to kill that man, he would be dead.
Sonic does. He just doesn't have
Inside that
Also, we're in
pyramid?
Egypt now.
I saw Eggman go inside the pyramid.
Butt fuck
And more
Egypt delivering
importantly,
the stove.
I saw that
So
Batgirl
this
go
line.
inside with him as well. Well, you saw them too, right?
Well, yeah.
Again, I think Amy
Getting down to
originally
space
was
from
supposed
there.
to be
I
playable.
don't know what
Hold
the
on.
space colony is all about, but I'll find and destroy that cannon, and then kick their imperial butts.
Once again,
Oh,
characters
well,
talking
fine.
over each other. Gotta fix that. No, I disagree. There had to have been at some point a plan to have Amy be playable in this game. There's so much like leftover tidbits that seem to imply like an Amy level having once been envisioned as a part of this game's story. What do you think? The evidence is stacking up, Nick! We also find out during the Dark storyline that after that little video conference with the president, as Shadow puts it, our threats fell on deaf ears. Oh, by the way,
They made it the American president, not the Japanese.
yeah, you know, the leader of the free world. What does the president do? Japanese. How the fuck do I know?
A little bit of COVID,
Didn't it seem like for the first half of that conversation that the president was gonna like,
Yes.
didn't it seem like he was gonna acquiesce? Like, you have 24 hours to comply, and like he closes his eyes sullenly. It looked like he was gonna give in.
Like that episode of Futurama. McNeil. As I was saying, we need to totally give in to our alien overlord.
And I think that's what happened. Like, he was gonna give up. He was like, that motherfucker's gonna shoot a laser beam at us and we're all gonna die. I'll totally surrender.
That would be the end of my
Oh my god,
fucking-
look, I've never noticed this before. Oil range.
In quicksand?
That's interesting. I've never seen those before.
Fucking deep oil, dude.
Eggman is mining the fuck out of this Egyptian desert. That's super weird. I also love how he paints his face over these statues and like iconography. Look at that. That is Eggman.
Well, maybe he did, but somebody
A
chiseled.
robot chiseled that
Yeah.
in. Like he designed his face into the narcissism of this man.
I'm sure Julian mentioned that on his blog.
Hell, he brings it up all the time. He's like, the fucking, like, the ego.
The girth of this man.
The ego of this man cannot be overstated. He is, like, He is, like, a delusional narcissist. It's incredibly likely that Eggman doesn't actually perceive anyone else as actually being delusional. So these are the first bad Nicks that we have fought in the entire game, by the way. As you can see, little animal buddies popped out of him.
Oh, well, they just got it. They're in the sand.
The sand
Okay.
fire. Anyway, the president seemed like he was gonna acquiesce. And then Sonic runs in and says, "Don't worry, we got this." And he's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
I
Like,
really should have a defense against Hedgehog and Foxes getting in the
seems kind of weird that there's an oversight on this.
weird that I'm alone in this limbo, and the Earth is
With just my secretary, who also is an unlockable, like, narrator voice for the menu for some reason.
just rude guarding me.
And then, like, she says, we're getting a report from our agent, so that's Rouge. So I'm sure that played a role in it also, with Rouge being like, yeah, don't worry, he can't shoot the laser again. I'm sure she mentioned that. But the fact is that he was gonna surrender to the Eggman Empire. Seems like, right? And then Sonic runs in and says, "We're gonna go fuck this guy in his ass." Cut to the Dark Side story where Eggman is throwing a tantrum, and Shadow says our threats fell on deaf ears. So the president shut down negotiations and said, "Fuck you, we're not doing it." Because Sonic is like, "We'll get him."
Sonic says we don't negotiate with terrorists.
And I find that so interesting, because the conflict with like Sonic being on the run from Gun, like being an escaped convict, is a single that would work. That stops being a plot. The fact that Sonic was under arrest by Gun and has escaped imprisonment caused untold countless thousands of dollars in collateral and property damage. Probably killed a few people. I'm just saying, that boss fight against Bigfoot, that first boss fight, the boss fight against Bigfoot, we don't see the pilot after that. Sonic might have killed that guy. I don't know. I'm not putting it on the death list because we're not sure, but he might have just killed the pilot of Bigfoot. Of the gun mecha Bigfoot. I'm just saying, you can't prove he didn't. I'm not gonna say he did because I can't prove he did, but you can't prove he didn't. So like all of these successive crimes that have been committed.
Yeah, we got a list.
Okay.
It pretty much never comes up again, and after this game, somehow and for some reason, through plausibility that is beyond my comprehension, the president acquires a photograph of Shadow and Sonic and puts it on his desk.
You know.
So, like, Sonic being like, "We got this," A, must have, to some extent, inspired the president to tell Eggman to go fuck himself. And B, must have earned him a federal pardon of some kind, right? Like, he must have been pardoned at this point. If
to
not
this
after.
day, Sonic is still wanted to this day.
What do you think his bounty would have been?
$1 million.
A million what? A million.
$1 million, yeah?
Just a million of them.
Like, $1 million.
A million of the no money that exists. There's no money. Maybe you misunderstood something.
That dude is wrong,
Yeah, people fucking listen to this guy and then go, "Oh, Sega, you so inconsistent." Really, because to me it sounds like maybe he's the one who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. How is this, like, he's just making shit up, and then you're going like, "Oh, fuck you, Sega." How is that a fuck you, Sega? I don't get it.
You're the dumbass that believes it.
Like, maybe he's not a reputable source of information. Like, consider that.
Always be liars. You're the dumbass that believes it.
So we got these here E102 Gammas. I think it's really interesting. Once again, this game takes place after Sonic Adventure 1. Sonic Adventure 1, which had Gamma's storyline, which was one of the most memorable stories in that game. It was like such an emotionally impactful story. And then all of a sudden, boom, E102 Gammas are just generic enemies, starting as of these pyramid levels here. So Eggman took the, like, mold of E102 Gamma and just churned out factory, like, produced, like, factory model carbon copies of E102 Gamma, and just, like, they're just shocked. That's so fucked up when you think about it. Great. Also, there's ghosts. Eggman built his, like, secret pyramid base into a location which just has ghosts.
You know, I mean, if there are gonna be ghosts, that's what I do.
Might as well set up shop with the ghosts.
So, zombie apocalypse. Where should I go? The morgue?
Go to the basement. The basement you'd be hesitant to go into even under normal circumstances. So yeah, now all of a sudden, badniks have become, and I don't think there's any gun robots in this level, which makes perfect sense because we are in Eggman's base. It's just robots and ghosts.
Just our future, robots and ghosts.
It has, like, after Sonic hijacks the president's limo,
Can't be stressed enough that word. Hijack.
he just B&E'd into the president's limo of all
The president
things.
inside.
While he was in it. Basically took him hostage. For all intents and purposes.
Could have made the man.
After that, and he would have been listening. After that,
Knuckles, come here and deal with this ghost.
fuck. After Sonic has hijacked the president's limo. Domestic terrorist that he is.
Hijacking the president.
Now, all of a sudden, we're breaking into Eggman base and fighting badniks. Like, now it's become a Sonic game.
This is just negligible. Like, a lawyer could argue it, but they probably wouldn't bother pressing charges.
God, fucking Like, this is a level you wouldn't recognizably expect to see in any Sonic game, and we're like level 8. Half of the game is over.
Yeah.
And the gun plot, like the conflict with gun, is just gone now. Now it's just we're gonna deal with the Eggman situation. Oh, Eggman blew up the moon. I think the stakes of this story have been irrevocably changed.
That way no one will turn into a monkey.
Okay, whatever. I got, like, falsely imprisoned.
I was doing other shit before this started.
Yeah, what the fuck was Sonic doing before? Like, Tails had to put down his wrench on whatever project he was working on, Prower's project. And be like, okay, Sonic got thrown in jail, I saw it on satellite TV, I gotta go deal with this.
What
Like,
channel?
everyone's day just got interrupted.
Whatever Amy was doing.
Just made it.
Look at all these neon light signs.
I think you're
by the way.
overdoing it, Eggman. Save those for your theme park.
It's definitely ridiculous.
Dude just loves theme parks, what can I say? He loves amusement.
That's
Looks
the one
like we're
page
heading
that I
toward
like.
the center of the base.
It's like, why?
That egghead
I like
sure loves
him.
mechanical
I like
things,
amusement
doesn't
parks.
he?
What do you need?
I'll bet he
What's
has
like
one
the
or two
amusement park?
spaceships lying
Oh,
around
look at
here.
Amy!
Oh no, girl!
The door's
This game was
locked.
not meant to be seen in widescreen.
in
This
there.
game was not meant to be
No
seen in
problem. Alright.
We can
widescreen.
find it.
You alright?
Right, Knuckles?
You good?
What? Why do I have to find a key?
We're counting on you, buddy. The world's greatest treasure hunter.
That is made up. That is not a thing before this game. I don't understand where that comes from. It's like, because he had to find the Master Emerald pieces, that makes him a treasure hunter? I don't get where that comes from.
The Indiana Jones hat, dude.
That's in the Japanese script. Like, why the fuck is that a thing? Why is Knuckles a treasure hunter now? I don't
Master
get
of
it.
Unlocking.
That's super weird to me. I don't like it
It's
necessarily.
really weird. It's not a good occupation for not a good hobby for someone to have who's just like guards.
Yeah, when your job is, I need to stay in this one location and make sure no one steals it.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of a treasure hunter.
Yeah, well, it's kind of
He's
like
the guardian of a
Yeah.
treasure that people hunt.
kind of like that last Tales too. Like, no, I just found this new kind of plant.
This
here.
rock.
Yeah, this is a really cool rock.
Look what it can do. I love his little head shake. Look what it can do.
That thing that Tyson does,
Yeah, that thing that
knowing smile.
the greatest writer of our generation had absolutely. Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh my god, Eggman. You put the nipples
Yeah,
in
by
there?
the way.
2 more left.
Look at these nipples!
Look at those nipples.
Look at these Eggman nipples!
He's trying to hide them, but he can't. They demand to be shown.
The massive...
My goodness.
What the fuck? On the big back? Oh my god! Ah!
It's so big, this bag.
1 more left.
Upsetting. Upsetting me. Oh shit, good. I love that ghosts are just casually a thing in the Sonic universe, by the way.
I mean,
Attention's never really called to it.
previous computer.
Oh, by the way, that test was great because immediately there were a bunch of articles of people being like, oh, they explain why Knuckles doesn't have a super form. It's like, no, they didn't. Like, that's just, like, people just invent things in their head. And I'm like, where are you getting that? Because it's not, what video did you watch? Because it's clearly not the one I saw.
They make shit up that's very slightly based on reality, and then for the next 30 years, they source each other.
Exactly.
They source each other's arguments for that thing, and it's like, what is that from?
They'll make something up based on
fuck, it's
someone misunderstanding something.
Yep. And then just source each other.
And then they'll
this
just go,
guy
well,
said-
I heard from a guy, 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 from a
What does YouTuber say? That's, first of all, it's not a source.
What's
Second of all-
they never fucking link to their fucking sources, by the way. That fucking drives me insane.
Yep.
I
And then
did a
it's like,
comic
yeah.
dub. This
Yeah,
dub
exactly.
of this fan art. Link to it!
It's closer.
Really
And then
bothers
again,
me.
it's when you get to the bottom of it, that's not what it says.
Yeah,
You just
like,
made that up.
once you finally uncover the origin, it's
Yeah,
like,
Sonic origin.
no.
You took a styrofoam crumb. A styrofoam. I can't fucking say this phrase.
Yeah,
Styrofoam
this is perfect.
crumb of what actually was there, and then built something out of that.
Yeah, like, here's the seed of insanity. It's in the Tails 2 video. They said, hey, let me research the Master Emerald.
Who's
and Knuckles
there?
says, no. And Tails says, yeah, but like, you know
What
how
the-
Sonic can use the Chaos Emeralds to go super? Maybe the Master Emerald's got some weird shit. And Knuckles says, no. I said no. King Boom Boo, by the way. We're not even gonna unpack that. Nowhere did anyone fucking say that Knuckles, quote, can't go super. They said, hey, the Chaos Emeralds let people go super. Maybe the Master Emerald's got some weird shit going on. And Knuckles says, mine is not to wonder why, mine is but to do or die. No one anywhere said that Knuckles can't go super.
Just
Shut the fuck up!
basically, this is your throat's gonna hurt.
Shut the fuck up! Yeah, that's fine.
Gotta put a limiter on the stream.
Oop. It's just what the collective insanity.
It is the internet.
It's like mass hysteria. It's like some internet version of mass hysteria, and I don't get it. Like, that reality is not what you're saying.
Total 1984 solves.
You're saying things that are not physical reality that
Reality
exists.
does not exist. Democracy means your speculation is equal to your facts.
Yeah. My ignorance is just as valid as your knowledge.
Because you can't really know anything. It's like weird,
No, I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
solipsistic fucking argument.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong. You can't just sit here and say this shit. I saw the video. This isn't even obscure. This isn't even an interview with Takeshi Iizuka from 10 fucking years ago on one website that doesn't exist anymore.
Promote Sonic Colors.
This is a YouTube video on the public Sega YouTube channel that anyone can watch. The words
We did it.
you are
Let's go,
saying
Amy.
did not take place in this fucking video.
Come and get some, Eggman.
Sonic!
This shipping is really Oh, he did the nose thing. He did the nose thing.
God, that was a sexual reach.
Come in, get some Eggman. There is no heterosexual explanation.
Sonic, you are hard.
I am the Eggman. I am the Eggman. Got the master plan. I am the Eggman. What I am the Eggman. I got the master blue. I'm sorry. So this is like the first non-Tails Eggman robot boss fight in the game. Oh wait, 2 boss fights back to back. That's kind of weird, right? Back, and turn back, to and back, Sonic Rush. I can't believe how bad the bosses in that game are. They like ruin the game. They're so bad.
I'm getting vanilla.
Like the first, like this is a boss from Sonic 3, basically, and we're like 2 hours into the game.
Once again, I will BRB.
You gotta piss. Don't tell me what to spell. It's just super weird how little of the game is like a traditional Sonic game. Like there's so much weird, non-standard shit in this game that like is not in any game before, and really people treat this game like it started a trend, and in some ways it did. But like none of what this game does goes on to other games. You know what I mean? Like, this game started some things, yeah, that go on, but like, again, this weird, not even weird, but like, just like very deliberate, anti-authoritarian story where Gun is an antagonist. And Eggman being a playable character.
Nice try, Rocky.
Nice try, Rocky. Like, none of this ever comes back. Even in Sonic Heroes, which is the game that follows this one chronologically, more or less, console-wise.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Like, you're fighting Badniks the entire time. Like, Eggman robots are the enemy that you deal with in the series, except for this one game. And I guess Sonic And Sonic Unleashed, like, the enemies are like the manifestations of a eldritch
Abomination.
like world spirit. Not the military
colony where Eggman is hiding.
I love this cutscene also.
What the?
Is everyone alright? We should be landing soon.
The hatch doors are
Don't
open.
sweat it, Knuckles. The only
hatches
thing in
are
the
open.
cargo bay are those
What do you
master
mean, don't
emeralds.
sweat it?
Right?
Land the
Knock
shuttle
it
and
off,
let me
Knuckles.
out.
We're gonna crash this thing if you keep that up. Oh no! Don't touch that lever!
I love that cutscene. Again, the way they talk over each other is so
Yeah.
unique, and it
Yeah.
adds flavor.
Chaos in the cockpit.
2
What's
hours,
up with
11
that
minutes.
knucklehead anyway? Trying to take over the shuttle. I thought we were toast for sure. Huh? Where did he go now?
Knuckles is
Looks
not
like he
involved in this
bailed.
game's plot.
This place looks deserted.
He's just happy to be here.
Too. This place was shut down about 50 years ago because of a terrible accident. The first Bernoulli spherical space colony, called ARC. When it was operational, it was the most advanced research center of its kind. But looking at it now...
Now it's an abandoned ark, wouldn't you say?
I wonder if
Damn,
that,
girl.
I
Not
wonder
much
if that
time left
pun
before
works.
Eggman
Exactly.
fires
Yes.
that weapon again. We've got to hurry.
Always the
Let's find
struggle
the
of
cannon and
translating
destroy
puns
it.
and also a Kansai dialect.
functions.
Someone designed that weapon to be impenetrable from outside attack.
Someone.
Give him a
Its
southern
defense
accent.
shields are super strong, so we have to find a way to destroy it
Isn't
inside.
that a Chaos Emerald?
You knew
It
he
looks
had
like it, doesn't it? But in fact, it's a fake one I created
Highlight
after researching the real
this
emerald.
dialogue.
It has the same wavelength and properties, but it's less powerful than the real one. It's designed to
reverse the energy field inside the Chaos Emeralds and blow
It
up.
looks so real, even a machine can't tell the difference. I'll find the power supply and destroy it. Sonic, you find the
Highlight
controller,
that
okay?
line of dialogue. We'll come back to it.
Switch the Chaos Emeralds when the machine is stopped, right?
Sit here and tell me you fucking use that Chaos Emerald.
I hate
So-
you. You guys always leave me behind and have all the fun.
What just echoed?
So that cutscene pulled a lot of weight. We had Tails explaining what the Ark was. The Ark was a Bernoulli spherical space colony. Not a real a Bernoulli space colony. During its time, it was the most advanced research facility of its time, and it was shut down because of an accident.
Shut up an abandoned Ark, wouldn't you say?
Would say. I did say. And as we find out from Shadow Story, the reality is it was shut down because of the gun raid. The Wetworks operation. And that's why there's so many gun robots left over on the Ark. All of these are here from leftover from the raid 50 years ago.
Unexploded ordnance.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. So these are 50-year-old robot designs.
Not bad, considering my phone only lasts like 4.
I mean, 50 years ago, that's when they made technology before planned obsolescence, right? The robots they make nowadays suck ass. These robots are badass.
Make them like gamers.
Look at Shadow. They really don't make them like they used to, huh, Shadow?
Right.
Fuck.
As he fights it. Well, it still didn't even say anything.
Oh my god.
Oh, what the
Oh,
fuck?
son of a bitch. And also saliva or something. Gross. Your own fault. That's implied.
Everything Shadow says, it's implied.
Shadow is ETF at any given moment. No. You're too gay for me. She did not say anything for a good half hour after that. She just looked around confused.
Possessing tits.
Her tits wobbling.
What? Her tits wobbling?
Someone said something, I think it might have been the kids. So anyway, like,
Let's
Tails...
talk more about Rouge's tits.
Tails knew, there will be time for that. Tails knew what the Ark was. Like, it wasn't a secret. They covered up the fact that there was a raid where a small young child girl was killed. But Tails knew what the Ark was. Like, that was publicly available information. The Bernoulli Space Colony Ark. The first and last of its kind. Most advanced research facility. Like, I don't even know who I'm arguing with. Like, there's just so many fucking people that say stupid fucking shit. And it's like, did you play the game? Did you play the game? Did you play the game? No, they did not.
What happens when you reach this level?
Yeah.
You're saying other people are half arguments. You don't
This
have
is what-
convictions. You're just repeating stuff YouTubers said, and they don't know what they're talking about, but at least they played the game and misunderstood it.
Yeah.
You're just repeating it.
At least, like, we've reached this, like, this is what happens when you say no gatekeeping. Like,
Yeah.
play the game, that's the gate!
Yeah.
You want to get past the gate? The key is play the game. No, you can be a fan of something without actually experiencing the thing that you're saying you're a fan of. You You'll need to play the game. I'm a Sonic fan. Never played a game. Lifelong Earthbound fan. Excited to finally play it for the first time. Like, fuck you, play the game! I don't get it!
What is it worth then to call yourself a fan of it?
Why? Like, what do you get?
And I know.
What's the value?
Again,
why do you want to be called a fan of Sonic if you clearly have no interest in the source material?
Because it's the same reason that, the same reason for the just turn your brain off. I mean, yes, they do need it for entertainment, but it's political. That's the only way you can
want
accept.
you to be stupid
no shit.
so that they can control you. They want people to be weak so that they can
people are
control
born the wrong one of the two. That's the only way you can accept both of those at the same time. Yeah.
I was just watching like one of Critical Drinker's little couples talks. And they talked about that where it's like they want people to be weak because when they're weak, they're easier to control. They want people to be like weak and not be able to handle things because they'll be easier to control that way. And it just seeps into like this fan discourse, like the community built around a mutual enjoyment of the same media property is being hijacked by people who don't actually like the media property that is, I just want to be part of the community that's based around, hey, I like that too. Okay. You don't like it though! You don't like it! The thing that I like is not a thing you like, I know because I played it and you fucking haven't. Why are you here? Get out!
Always that thing of like, of course, if you has served the public meeting too, they want you to just accept whatever they make.
Yeah, but like again, it's again that expression. My ignorance is just as valid as your fact. Like, oh, my headcanon is good. Okay, but in the game, this is what happens. No, but my headcanon though. Your ignorance is not the same as my facts.
That comes from. It doesn't matter. It's just a micro level thing. If you zoom out, it's all towards the same goal. It's all towards the same goal.
It's get that goal ring, son. When did I pick up a Chowkey?
I did it, Sonic!
How did I get an A rank? I ended the level with no rings.
Man, people are stupid.
Yeah. About Sonic especially.
We had one viewer. They left when we started ranting. And then we stopped ranting and the viewer count went back to 1.
It's all related. I mean, this game does have a political message. Like, that's the thing. Other things, like, everything's political. It's like, that doesn't mean what you think it means.
Well, no, it's not.
Like, there is a social... There is a theme of, like, anti-authoritarianism in this game. And appropriate, Sonic is a very, like, independent type of individual.
Granted, we've gotten to the point where that is a political statement to be an individual, but, you know.
Be a person. Think for yourself.
Holy shit.
Live your life to the fullest. That's one of his things that you say.
Think. You know, maybe
make up your own mind about shit.
Don't repeat things, think. You just rub two neurons together, make a thought, and express it with old speak.
Okay, Sonic! Now put that emerald...
Tails!
Not that
Tell Sonic to meet you back at the research facility.
Sonic! Amy is...
I didn't get that, Tails! What happened to Amy? Tails!
Tails? That cut happened a little bit too early.
Amy is what? You interrupted me. I was gonna say it.
I don't know why this level has to... Did you see that timer? Like, it roll. We're like in Memento. This level takes place before the cutscene we just saw.
The following takes place before the cutscene.
There's not even an intro to this level. We're just... Knuckles just jumps in and it's happening.
I just have a feeling he doesn't chuckle.
He does! He do chuckle though!
thinking of Sonic.
Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my knuckles.
I have knuckles. I'd rather flex my knuckles.
Again, like, not again, but...
I always do that too, where I'm like, as I was saying, I wasn't saying.
Brand new thing. Like, the whole thing of, like, Sonic being like, I think people should live their life to the fullest and have the free... Like, yeah, he believes that, but you can be right and wrong at the same time. You can be wrong in the... It's the Killing Joke. Like, what are you, what do you think I am, crazy?
Yes.
You just turned the flashlight off when I was halfway across. That's a funny fucking joke.
No, the reason I think you're crazy
is because we just escaped from
the city.
We both just escaped from a mental asylum. But yes, I do think you're crazy. What do you think I'm crazy? That's so funny.
Even Batman.
He did chuckle at it. He did chuckle. Like, yes, you're correct, Sonic does believe in freedom, but he wouldn't monologue about it for 5 paragraphs.
Sonic believes in freedom. He's not a douchebag, however.
He doesn't want, that's a thing, like, part of that is he doesn't actually believe in shoving his beliefs down people's throats and trying to convince them that I'm right, my outlook is correct, and you gotta do what I say. He's always very short. He's always very terse, almost. Monosyllabic, perhaps.
In other words, like, Sonic is not a dumpy 40-year-old white dude with chin pubes on the internet who thinks morality is performative.
It's definitely not. Like, he wants people to make up their own mind. Like, you just rewatched the Sonic 06 playthrough.
Yes.
All of it, like, the ending of that game, Elise is like, to undo the damage that Solaris has done to time and space. She's like, we gotta blow out Solaris, but if we do that, we'll have never met, and all of the experiences we have, all this time we spent together, will not have happened. That sucks. I value this time that I spent with you, Sonic. I don't want it to be over, and I don't want to forget that I met you. He's like, I don't care what happens to the world. I just want to hold on to this time we spent together. Sonic says 2 fucking words to her.
Fuck you. Then he speeds off.
He doesn't have a ranting speech of like, Elise, you gotta give people the freedom. He just says, just smile. Elise, just smile. Like, he says everything in 2 words. He's not this monologuing, like, I'm gonna sit down and explain to you, this is what my outlook on life is.
You know,
he does it. He lives by example.
Supposed to come across.
Yeah,
you're
supposed to be able to figure this shit out without him needing to explain it.
You know,
maybe if you gotta explain that a character's dead, maybe that means you're a bad writer. Maybe if you need to have a character explain, this is what my philosophy on life is, because he couldn't tell. It sure as fuck couldn't tell from him actually doing shit.
The list of like character description is for the actors, not the audience.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have the character read the script notes.
Yes.
You fucking moron.
That's for casting, not for the audience to know what the character's in.
Like, yeah, part of believing in freedom and believing everyone has the right to make up their own mind and do whatever they want to do with their own life is letting them come to their own conclusions and not being like,
1, 2, 3, 4.
What I think is what I think, and what you gotta do is what I think. Because that's kind of contrary to the entire fucking idea
it's almost like
of respecting people's freedom of choice.
Written by a guy who wants to seem like things, but is not things. Almost.
Titties.
Long time no see, treasure.
Long time no see!
Did you find my
It's been less than a day.
Talking to you is a waste of time.
Talking to you is a waste of time.
Let me use my hands.
Now that I've got to
If that's how you want to play, I will
I'll just take it from you. Look at those tits.
Bigger boob piece.
She has
much
motherfucking jiggle physics.
I mean, of course.
She has jiggle physics. I need you to respect her.
It would look weird if she didn't. She bought a smaller boob piece so that she could show more cleavage. And that ain't good.
I like Rouge.
You made me mad.
Delete. Rouge a bitch. No, bitch!
The only one who hasn't fucked her is Knuckles.
He doesn't know how it works.
He thinks he did.
Is horny, doesn't know what sex is.
They shared a coffee and he was like, wow, that was fun.
For the first and last time.
I did enjoy it. Kept me up.
Sex kept me up. What the fuck? Why am I so bad at this boss fight?
Dude, come on. You keep punching her in the boobs. It's where she's from my emerald.
Knuckles is a punch boy, Rouge is a kick girl.
A bush kitty. Blaze does a swipe.
Foils.
She has big boobs, she has big balls. Yeah, it's a really fun game. What did you guys just finish doing?
Stop fooling around.
There's definitely sexual.
What are you babbling about? You call yourself a hunter attacking a lady? Shame on you!
What kind of lady goes around stealing gems anyway?
Those belong to me.
That was you.
That was
you can fly. You're a bat.
You're a bat. That was you.
Every part of that was the stupidest part of that.
Oh, it's just holding on to his dick.
Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch me.
Is that how you say thanks to someone who just saved your life?
Saving my life. Don't think I owe you one. You just wanted to hold my hand, didn't you? That's why you saved me.
No, it's not your hand.
This isn't a joke. Think what you want, Batgirl. I was saving the Master Emerald.
No matter what you say, it sounds crazy.
Like, that's precarious.
Fine,
Yeah.
then just take them. They stink like echidnas do.
You thought you should have given me them in the first place.
That's not a good place for these things to be happening.
Can we get off this beam, this eye beam overload?
Finally.
What?
I'm sorry if I hurt you.
Yeah, exactly. I had to hurt you to break you apart.
We should get going.
Are there other people living in that headroom? I'd like to live in those boobs.
And thus, Knuckles' completely independent storyline, which had nothing to do with the main plot of this game,
Alright,
is resolved.
let's go back to Sonic.
Knuckles just kind of was running parallel, and there was a single level of overlap. And then he just went back on his own way. They were not too shit passing the night.
There's a ship and an omelet.
This level used to kick my ass as a kid. Man, this level used to bust me up. I was a small little boy, and I played this game quite often. I played this game many an hour. I used to pretend it was Dragon Ball Z. Oh, there weren't at the time. There were no good Dragon Ball Z games, so I just played Sonic and pretended that it was Dragon Ball. It works surprisingly well. You just fudge the details a little bit.
Green as fuck.
Yeah, play the game. They're fun. It's a fun game.
Play the game.
Again, it's another one of those weird things where it's like, this didn't age so well. Like, I don't know what that means.
This didn't age at all. It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, like, this is not a good port. This port's pretty bad, but the game's pretty good.
User file that day they compiled it.
I guarantee you, it is exactly the same file now that it was then. They didn't change the file.
Literally everything.
Yeah, you've aged. You've gotten uglier and stupider. It's such a good game. I love this game. This game is like probably one of my favorites.
Oh my god, I love it.
And Sonic 2 is my favorite Sonic game. This is a close second. This is a pretty close second. I've never really thought about it.
That'll be our next video. Ranking every single Sonic game.
That's viable.
Viable as fuck. We already did the power.
Yeah.
Card
Oh, by the way, I've just been kind of overlooking this. We got these here experimental chaos artificial life forms.
Snoke clones.
There's so much implied about that the game never acknowledges. These are just science experiments that they created on the Ark 50 years ago.
Hashtag on the Ark, that Shadow album.
Like, that's not just like a lazy recycled design. Like, they chose to do that. Sonic Team chose to have the enemies on the Ark, not anywhere else. They're not in the rest of the game. They're only in the Ark level. And again, Sonic Adventure is the last game that came out. Chaos was the final boss of that game. He was a major part of that game's story. He was that game's entire story. And then all of a sudden you get to the Ark, and what the fuck? It's Chaos!
It's Chaos.
He's just a generic enemy. Like, these weird enemy designs are clearly modeled after Chaos, and they're on the Ark, which is a 50-year-old research station that we find out Gerald Robotnik and Shadow are from 50 years ago. What does that mean? Like, there's so much unspoken about that. Like, it's not spoon-fed. It's a story detail that is left for you to figure out. And like, what? They designed artificial chaoses and had them shoot lasers? That can't have been safe.
This has to be like a preliminary study.
And like, there's several different versions of the artificial chaoses. There's these skinny boys that shoot lasers out of their eyes and give you hugs. There's the fat ones that bounce and can break up into a bunch of little pieces. It's weird. It's weird. It's like how in Monster Hunter 2.
Well done, Sonic. But you'll never leave this room alive.
What the fuck?
Just remember that I wanted the evil one.
This room needs to kick my ass. It's like how in Monster Hunter 2, you spend the entire game fighting Kushala Daora, who is like this like Eldritchian elemental god of dragons. And it takes like the entire fucking game for you to kill this one Kushala Daora. And then you get to the final level of the main story. What's he looking at? Which is like this ancient, decrepit tower that's in ruins and used to be like the capital of an ancient civilization. And there's like a mining point that you can interact with. The game does not prompt you to do this. You can just do it yourself with the gameplay mechanics that the game has been teaching you for the entire time you've been playing it. You see, oh, crack in the wall. I can mine here. You mine into it, and you get a Kushala Daora scale from the crack in the wall, which is the same drop that you would get from fighting and beating a Kushala Daora yourself in gameplay. It's using the gameplay of the game and integrating that into the story that they're wanting to tell. and you can put it, and it's never explained to you, you just put it together in your own head. Holy shit, this tower is made out of Kushala Daoras. They killed thousands of Kushala Daoras to build this tower.
Yes!
And it's all just for you to put it together in your own little head. After watching a YouTube video where it's explained to you. Because there's no fucking way you're playing fucking Monster Hunter 2.
That was cool!
That was cool! And it's the same thing with these artificial chaos. It's not explained to you, it's not shoved down your throat, but it is an intentional choice by Sonic Team as part of the story they wanted to tell in this game. We're gonna split the
Knuckles.
We're gonna split the stream here. Shit, it said saving. I really hope I didn't accidentally skip a cutscene.
Well, see part 3 for that information.
Might be bad. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out together.
Here we go.